Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to congratulate the 2014-2015 Fighting Cardinal Marching Band as they honor their seniors this evening. As the parents come across the field, we want to honor all the band parents and seniors, and the seniors will meet with their parents. First of all, Nabil Abad, escorted by Carol and Usher Abad. Alexa Arslanian, escorted by Angie and Alan Arslanian. Bailey Beach, escorted by Lisa and Ron Beach. Corbin Bentley, escorted by Gary Bentley and Wendy Funk. Richard Biddle, escorted by Lisa and Cloyd Biddle. Andrew Brock, escorted by Tammy and Richard Grayshard. Courtney Birkin, escorted by Michelle and Doug Birkin. Russell Catania, escorted by Debbie Catania. Karina Ellerby, escorted by Cammy and Bill Ellerby. Alexa Fees, escorted by David Fees and Robin Lojak. Ethan Gary, escorted by Shannon and Jeff Carducci. Katie Garrett, escorted by Melissa and Frank Garrett. Justin Hellinger, escorted by Linda and Harry Hellinger. Lauren Howley, escorted by Michelle and Joseph Howley. Carolina Kane, escorted by Michelle and Kevin Kane. Bradley Karlovic, escorted by grandparents Grace and Martin Trzynski. Tyler Kobus, escorted by Amy and Jean Kobus. Alana Kroc, escorted by Debbie and Robert Crouch. Elisa Langett, escorted by Sherry and Brian Langett. Mitch Lehman, escorted by Gina and Ray Lehman. Tatum McGeary, escorted by Tracy McGeary. Colin McComb, escorted by Laura Cobb. Caitlin McMahon, escorted by Wendy and Kevin McMahon. Ian Meadows, escorted by Terry and Jim Meadows. Molly Moyer, escorted by Michelle and Don Moyer. Morgan Nelson, escorted by Jeannie and Keith Nelson. Megan Narici, escorted by Mary Jo and Marino Narici. Leah Obrock, escorted by Marcy and Tom Obrock. Lucas Ogarinikas, escorted by Ruta and Iris Ogarinikas. Elliot Pike, escorted by Natalie Pike. Frank Parker, escorted by Janet and Michael Parker. Lindsay Paravic, escorted by Deborah and Bill Paravic. Jenna Easy, escorted by Mom Jane Parsons and grandmother Nadine Percival. Jacob Pollock, escorted by Mary Beth and Ed Pollock. Carrie Price, escorted by Kathy and Tim Price. Troy Prunty, escorted by Carol and Patrick Prunty. Paul Radakevich, escorted by Barbara Radakevich. Gia Sejovic, escorted by Rob Sejovic. Kelsey Schmoder, escorted by Scott Schmoder and Lori Stevens. Kevin Sharp, escorted by Susie and Brian Sharp. Celia Shawn, escorted by Patrice and Brad Shawn. Jonathan Simmons, escorted by Dawn and Scott Simmons and Susan Ashley. Grant Smith,
station are you on?
escorted by Patty and Jim Smith.
Time Warner Inventor on channel 96.96 and YouTube.
Stephen
Ohio.
Stevnicki,
Is it live?
escorted by Darwin Stevnicki.
Cleveland.com.
How about during the game?
Alexandria Swope, escorted by Jeanette Ritchie and Matt Swope.
It's a subscription. It's like $10 a month, I think.
Oh, because my one buddy where he got his daughter in South Carolina or North Carolina. Yeah. He can't get that game.
Genevieve Wage, escorted by Linda Temperio Wage and Dana Wage.
Oh, you still do?
I think so. I don't know.
Katie
Don't hold me to that,
Walston,
but
escorted by Maria and Skip Walston. Tyler Wyant, escorted by Samantha Sharp and Stephen Bittner. Cody Winter, escorted by Angela and Bob Winter. Kira Wisely, escorted by Kim and Mike Wisely. Ariana Yezi, escorted by Ali Yezi and William King.
ESPN.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for all the band seniors and their parents. And we appreciate all their support through the years to the Fighting Cardinals Marching Band and to the children who have been in their band program. We'd like to thank Superintendent Matt Miller for handing out the flowers down on the track on this rainy night. Thank you, Superintendent Miller. And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a very special night. It is senior night, and also this is the senior night, the last time they'll be playing for the regular scheduled game right here at Jerome T. Osborne Senior Stadium. So now we're going to introduce the seniors of the Fighting Menor Cardinals. Number 3, Jarrell Jackson. Number 7, Mark Welton. Number 9, Mark Edwards. Number 10, Jake Floria. Number 11, Kyle Tankovich. Number 14, Zach Sparacia. Number 15, Brendan Partner. Number 22, Tyler Thompson. Number 24, Dustin Moss. Number 30, Adam Williams. Number 32, J.D. Metzko. Number 34, Mads Anderson. Number 40, Eddie Doherty. Number 42, Brandon Alec. Number 45, Pete Kunka. Number 46, Grady Crandall. Number 50, Trevor Morrison. Number 53, Tony Josipovic. Number 54, Nico Lautinen. Number 70, Drew Noble. Number 71, Alex Hazen. Number 75, Dylan Armstrong. Number 79, Reggie Brawley. Number 81, Ben Paco. Number 84, Steve Loisley. Number 92, Tom Wattrell. And number 94, Sean Harrington. Let's have a big hand for the seniors. The Fighting Cardinal Marching Football Team.
Good evening, everybody. Cardinal TV, Pete Stark. Either watching us live on ESPN, Cleveland.com, or maybe the replay on Time Warner Cable in Menor, Ohio, channel 96.96, or on our YouTube channel, Cardinal TV, Menor, Ohio. Glad to have everybody here watching the game against the Strongsville Mustangs, the final game of the regular season for Menor. And I say the final game of the regular season because starting next week we will be in the playoffs, just waiting to find out who the matchup's going to be and where it's going to be at. Cardinals coming to this game with an 8-1 record following their first loss of the season last week, a hard loss on the road versus the Hudson Explorers, who are unbeaten at this point of the season. A game marred by quite a bit of penalties. Turnovers. 6 turnovers by the hands of the Cardinals last week, and 4 by the Hudson Explorers as well. So hopefully the Cardinals could tighten things up a little bit this evening and right the ship with a victory here back at home. The visiting team, the Strongsville Mustangs, come into the JTO Stadium tonight with a 6-3 record on the year. Much improved season over the past couple of seasons for the Mustangs. In 2013, they had a 5-5 record, so they were just a 500 team last year. And the year before that, they had a 2-8 record. First-year coach for the Mustangs, Larry Laird, veteran coach, but first-year coaching for Strongsville. Coached for 3 programs previously. Senior night here at the JTO. Already getting set here. The Cardinals set the kickoff to the Mustangs. Tyler Thompson last week got on the board with 2 field goals. First 2 field goals of the season for Tyler. And the Cards taking the Mustangs down on the kickoff at about the 27-yard line. Mustangs getting set to come out with their senior quarterback, Bobby Cole. He wearing number 5, having a solid year for the Mustangs. Also another player to watch for Strongsville, Dominic Lombardo. Almost like the Mentor Cardinals, Eddie Doherty. He's a do-it-all type player. He can run, can catch. A little bit of everything for the Mustangs. First and 10, the Mustangs. Bobby Cole handing the ball off. Nothing going, though. Nice stop by the Cardinal defense. First play of the game here. Halloween night, Mentor, Ohio. A lot of the youngsters out about trick-or-treating during this time from 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. Chilly night, though, 46 degrees. Steady drizzle coming down as well as the Mustangs connecting on that second down and 10 pass on the Cardinal side of the field as they move the chains with the first down. Big connection for Bobby Cole. Cardinals, again, their final home game and regular season game of this year, coming in with the 8-1 record, losing last week at Veteran Memorial Stadium in Hudson, Ohio, to the Explorers 41-27. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Minimal running yards on that play, though, as the Cardinals stuff them. Going to bring up a second down and long for Strongsville. Again, the Cardinals looking to, again, get into playoff hunt next week, as they've already clinched a spot in the Division I, Region 1 playoffs. Again, just waiting to find out who and where they're going to play next week. Bobby Cole overshooting his receivers. That goes out of bounds on a second down and long. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Strongsville Mustangs. 10:42 remaining in the first quarter of play. No score. First drive of the game. Well defended by Mark Walton. He's been having a good stretch of games here on the defensive side for the Cardinals. Bobby Cole looking to pass the ball under a bit of pressure by the Cardinals defense on the run, finding a receiver near the sideline. It's going to be well short of a first down. Going to bring up a 4th down situation for the Mustangs. Vince Dindia on the receiving end for the Mustangs from the Bobby Cole pass. Going to bring a 4th down and 7 for Strongsville. 10.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. Bobby Cole, the quarterback, still out on the field, as it looks like the Mustangs are going to go for it here on 4th and 7. This is a big play for both teams. A lot of pressure by the Cards, and they sack them, bringing them back to about the 48-yard line on the Cardinal side of the field. Big play on the 4th and 7. No going for the Mustangs. Cardinals, strong sack. J.D. Madsko racing in there and taking down the Mustang quarterback for the sack. Turnover on downs, 10:29 remaining in the first quarter of play. No score on the board, but some momentum in the Cardinals' direction following that big 4th down play, putting the ball in the hands of their high-scoring offense. Jake Flory in the familiar shotgun set. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, looking to pass on first down. A little bit low on the pass. They're going to call that a complete pass. Jarrell Jackson on the reception. It's going to be short of a first down, but good for about 5 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Cards. Cardinals getting set, and they're going to hand the ball off. Just a short gain for the Cards on 2nd down is going right back to number 3, Jarrell Jackson, following that reception, getting a chance to run the ball on that 2nd down play. It's going to be a 3rd down and 3 for the Cardinals offense. 9:45 remaining in the first quarter. Jake Floria getting set at the quarterback position. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to his right. Looking for number 40, Eddie Doherty. Gets the first down at about the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, we're going to do it again. Cardinals with a fresh set of downs following the first down reception by Eddie Doherty. Getting that hurry-up offense, no huddle. Jake Flory getting the team set, looking to pass again. Again, throwing it a little bit low. That's going to be an incompletion this time for the Cards on their first down. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Again, the Mustangs having a much better season this year than they've had the past 2 seasons, coming into this game with a 6-3 record overall, even though in the NOC Valley Division they have been struggling with a 1-3 record. As the Cards hand it off again to number 3, Jarrell Jackson, moving straight ahead. Going to bring up a short down yardage situation. 3rd and short for the Cards. 3rd and 4, we're going to call it. As Jake Flory looks to the sideline again with that no-huddle offense. As the Cards do it. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Fakes the handoff, looking down the middle. Had a receiver, but he overshoots him. Looking for Malik Porter. Going to come up shy on that pass attempt. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter play, but it doesn't look like Jake Flory and the Cardinals offense is going anywhere. They're going to, just like the Mustangs did a minute ago on their first offensive possession, the Cards are going to go for it on 4th down too. 4th down and 4 for Menor. Shotgun set, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Looking to pass, finding a receiver. Tightly covered, but it looks like number 3, Jarrell Jackson, who's been all over the field here in the early going for the offense, but it looks like he may be short of the first down. Depends on the spot. And it looks like a generous spot. Not too happy is the Mustangs coach as he throws his hands up in the air. Larry Laird, in his first season as a head coach of the Mustangs, not in full agreement with the officials on that spot. As the chains appear to be moving here. This is 1st and 10. We're going to do it again for the Cards offense. 8:52 remaining in the first quarter of play. Again, a generous spot, but we're going to take it here. Jarrell Jackson again on the move. Moving straight ahead, getting some positive yards for the Cards. This has been a Jarrell Jackson show in the early going, doing a little bit of everything. In on most of the plays so far. Peeking at the points, seeing where the Cards rank with the point system here. They're ranked number 6 currently. Flory looking downfield. No one was in the spot where he was looking. Miscommunication on the pass, the incompletion for the Cards. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Cardinals. 8:19 remaining in the first quarter of play. Again, looking at the computer points, the Hudson Explorers, who the Cardinals ended up falling short in that game last week, ranked number 1 with that 9-0 record. The Cards, again, coming into this final game, 8-1, ranked number 6 with the computer points. This Strongsville team ranked number 14 with their 6-3 record. Going over some of the other rankings too. The News Herald, top of the crop, still lists the Cardinals as the number 1 team in the area. Cleveland.com showing them being number 3 behind number 2 St. Edwards and number 1 Hudson Explorers. Jake Flory again looking to pass. Got his receiver near the sideline. Juking it, driving it into the end zone. Eddie Doherty, what a move. Left the Strongsville defender in his dust. Time to score. How about 6 more? Number 40, Eddie Doherty, with 8:10 remaining in the first quarter of play, getting the Cardinals on the board. 6 points. No points to this juncture for the Strongsville Mustangs. What a move by Eddie Doherty. The Mr. Do-It-All receiver / rusher for the Cardinals, the senior, on senior night. Also Halloween here at the JTO. Tyler Thompson getting that extra point right through the uprights. Going to put the Cards up 7-0 over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville High School. Nice drive by the Cardinals following that turnover on downs that they had on defense. So momentum clearly in favor of the Cardinals and early going to this game. Breaking down some of the other rankings to this point, the final regular season game, the Ohio Associated Press finding the Cardinals ranked 5th. Again, their rival who they played last week, the Hudson Explorers, coming in ranked number 1. The USA Today national rankings, after that victory last week by Hudson, finds them now 30th ranked nationally in the Division I high school football national rankings. Cards are up in that position ahead of Hudson until that game last week. Hudson will be playing on the road this week versus Twinsburg. Twinsburg's been having a rough go of it this year with a 1-8 record. So the Hudson Explorers looking to be in good position to go undefeated through their regular season. And who knows, the Cardinals again could be matched up against Hudson some point in the playoffs. Cardinals, if they win tonight, will be in a prime position to be hosting a playoff game. Good possibility it'll be a week from tomorrow on Saturday, November the 8th. Cards getting set to kick. Tyler Thompson with a short kick received by the Mustangs at about their own 31-yard line. Again, the Cardinals, following the Eddie Doherty reception and touchdown, are up 7-0 over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Again, last week, a lot of even statistics versus the Hudson Explorers. Most important one found the Cardinals on the downside, obviously, with the score, but looking at the first downs last week, Menor matched Hudson 22 apiece with first downs versus the Explorers. Rushing yards last week, Menor had 217 yards on the ground, while Hudson had 240. Passing yards through the air, Menor had 207. Hudson finding 223. So very balanced in terms of the overall yardage for the Cards versus Hudson last week. Getting marred by quite a bit of turnovers for both teams. The Hudson quarterback last week, Mitch Guadano, had 4 interceptions himself, but the Cards went 2 better and had 6 turnovers last week. So hard to win when you have that many turnovers, especially being on the road. As the Mustangs getting a first down, and they're moving the chains up to their own 41-yard line. Again, signal caller Bobby Cole, the senior quarterback for the Mustangs, getting set. Faking a run, looking downfield for his receiver. And the Cardinal defender gave up on it as the ball nearly wound up in the hands of the Mustang receiver. Flag on the field. See what the officials call for the flag. And it's going to go against the Cardinals defense. Pass interference is going to be the penalty. And that's going to move the ball on the Cardinals side of the field. Again, breaking down some of the stats from last week's loss versus Hudson. Jake Floria led the team in rushing yards last week with 19 attempts for 126 yards, including 2 touchdowns on the ground for Floria last week. Is the Cardinal defense getting in there, sticking their nose in there on first down and stopping the Mustangs for minimal yards. Zach Kahn, the ball carrier for the Mustangs. Pete Kunka getting in there on the tackle for the Cardinals on defense, the senior for the Cards, but there's another flag, but this time it looks like they're going to be backing up the Mustang offense, so that's going to be holding on the Mustangs. A couple back-to-back penalties here, one going in favor of the Mustangs, one going against the Mustangs. The Cardinals with the early 7-0 advantage here at home over Strongsville. As the Cards getting some pressure on Bobby Cole, forcing the pass, coming up shy on that pass attempt intended for number 24, Dominic Lombardo, the senior running back for the Mustangs. Coming up shy on that pass attempt. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 20 now for Strongsville. Last week, Jake Floria for the Cards was 13 of 28 passing for 207 yards. He did have 2 interceptions that he threw. along with the 2 touchdowns that he ran for. As the Cards again putting pressure, getting up in the face of Bobby Cole and nearly getting up in the face and bringing down the Mustang quarterback, forcing that pass, and he nearly threw it away. Brendan Parker, the senior defensive back, getting in there on defense, and they're going to call the Cards again for a defensive penalty. Quite a bit of penalties here. Defensive holding on the Cards. Going to move the ball back on the Cardinals side of the field. Going back to about where they were before they got penalized on their holding call. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Bobby Cole behind center. And there's going to be more whistles going on as the referees getting penalty happy here. And again, it looks like it's going to be going against the Cardinal defenders. And it's going to be encroachment against the defense. It's going to push the Cards back as the Mustangs are gaining yards here by forcing the Cardinals into penalties. It's going to be at the 39-yard line on the Cardinal side of the field. It's going to be a 1st and 5 for the Mustangs. Bobby Cole again behind center. 1 receiver to his right. Going to pitch it to the running back, number 24. It's Dominic Lombardo. Not a whole lot of running room, going out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 for Strongsville. 6 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. The Mentor Cardinals at home with the lead, 7-0 over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Last week on offense, the Cardinals were led in receiving by Jason Blizzard. 5 catches for 115 yards. As the Mustangs looking to run the ball again, stuffed by a host of Cardinal defenders, being taken down and pushed back. Dominic Lombardo not finding a lot of running room because the Cardinals picked up on that run play right away, pushing them back. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long situation for the Mustangs. 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Last week, the Cards, Jake Fleury again with 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 for 6 yards and 1 for 60 yards. As the Mustangs throwing it out to the sideline, but they're going to be short, it appeared from up here, of the 1st down by about a yard. And the reception there, Vince Dindia, the senior receiver for the Mustangs. Going to bring up a 4th down and 1 for Strongsville. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play as the crowd starts getting loud as the Mustangs again going forward on 4th down. They came up shy of making a 1st down on their first go at it on 4th down. They're getting short on their play clock here, and they're going to have to call a timeout as Bobby Cole was not able to find out what the coach wanted for the call. Again, last week, senior kicker Tyler Thompson did get his first 2 field goals of the season. Alex Matthews did have a 1-yard touchdown run as well. So some team statistics at this point through the season. Cardinals, we've seen them go for it on the 4th down when they had the ball, are 9 of 22 on the season going for it on 4th down. The Cardinals average yards per game, 425 yards per game, and are also averaging 41.7 points per game while only giving up 15.3 points. And again, as we know, they seem to really thrive when they get in the friendly confines of the Jerome T. Osborne Senior Stadium, the JTO as we call it here in Mentor, Ohio, as the crowd again getting ready to cheer on the defense. 4th and 1 for the Mustangs as they look to push it ahead. The quarterback keeper nudging it ahead. It looks like just enough for the 1st down, but waiting for the signal from the officials. Bobby Cole looked like he kept it and pushed it ahead with just enough yards, and that is going to move the chains for the Mustangs as they're looking to the sidelines for the play call. 5:11 remaining in the first quarter of play. Glad to have you here, Cardinal TV. Again, you can watch the replay of the game on Time Warner Cable in Mentor, Ohio, channel 96.96, or on the YouTube channel, Cardinal TV, Mentor, Ohio. Or now you can also stream us live during the game ESPNCleveland.com. That pass incomplete. Looking for Dominic Lombardo. Bobby Cole coming up shy. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Strongsville. 4:57 remaining in the first quarter of play. Cards with that touchdown advantage over the visiting team is Bobby Cole handing it off to Lombardo, and the Cards taking him down for a loss of yardage situation. Good defensive play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Strongsville. Kenny Cook going to get credit for the tackle on that stop for the Cardinals defense. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. Big 3rd down play for the Mustangs and for the Cardinals defense. 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 from the 35-yard line. Bobby Cole, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. And he's looking to pass the ball, and he had no time at all to pass. Somehow he got that off, and somehow it goes incomplete. For a second there, it looked like he had the reception there to his man. Heck of a throw to get it off with the accuracy he did after having the Cardinals breathing down his chin strap. Going to bring up a 4th down and 11 to go for the Mustangs. On the Cardinals side of the field at about the 35-yard line. Another big 4th down play. I believe it's the 3rd time already this game. The Mustangs going for it on 4th down. Bobby Cole. Again, the defense breathing on him, and this time they don't disappoint as they take him down, but another flag thrown by the officials. Bobby Cole, the quarterback, going down as he had nothing but pressure as soon as he took that snap from the center, but they're going to call Strongsville for the holding penalty on that, so it's going to be another turnover on downs. Nice play by the Cardinals defense as they've been getting a lot of pressure here up the middle against the Strongsville offense. 1st and 10 for the Cards, 4:05 remaining in the first quarter of play. Halloween night here, senior night here at the JTO. 4:05 in the first quarter, 7-0. The Cards with the advantage over the Mustangs. Chilly evening out here. See a lot of umbrellas out in the stands as well with this constant drizzle coming down. Jake Floria, he's on the run with some pressure, throwing it to the sideline. And let's see if they call it a pass or not. Jarrell Jackson again coming up big for a short yardage situation, but he caught the pass, moving the ball up for about 2 yards on that play. 2nd down and long for the Cardinal offense. Jake Floria, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, flanked with the running back immediately to his right. And he's looking to pass again, looking in the middle of the field. He's got Malik Porter coming up to about midfield. It's going to put the ball about a yard shy of the 1st down. Going to bring up a 3rd down and short situation for the Cardinals. Getting that hurry-up offense. Cardinals getting ready for the 3rd down and short. Big play right at midfield. Cards would love to keep this drive going and get some more points. Officials having some difficulty this evening. 3:27 remaining in the first quarter of play. A big 3rd down and short situation for the Cardinals. Malik Porter on that last reception. He caught 3 passes for 47 yards last week versus the Hudson Explorers. And again, Jarrell Jackson coming up big in the early going tonight. Only found himself with 3 rushing attempts last week for 6 yards and 2 receptions. But I think he may already have eclipsed both of those numbers this evening in the early going as the Cards pick up the 1st down. 1st and 10. We're going to do it again for the Cardinals offense. Number 40, Eddie Doherty, the senior running back for the Cards, pushing it ahead. Finding a lane and moving the chains for the Cards. About the 47-yard line on the Strongsville side of the field. Senior quarterback, number 10, Jake Floria. The shotgun set, 3 receivers to his left, and he's going to throw it to number 2, Jason Blizzard. Refusing to go down. Blizzard fighting the defense, moving it straight ahead. Gutsy reception, fighting to move the ball forward for Jason Blizzard, the junior receiver for the Cards. Blizzard last week with a big week against the Hudson Explorers. 5 catches for 115 yards, a long of 48, averaging 23 yards of reception last week. Again, a lot of weapons in the arsenal of Jake Flory on offense. Flory rolling out to his right, looking downfield, looking deep for overshooting his guy. Looked like he was going for Jason Blizzard again. Overshooting his man. He had him open for a second. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Cards. 2:25 remaining in the first quarter of play. Cards with the 7-point advantage. 7-0 over the visiting Strongsville Mustangs, and on this wet, cold, and rainy Halloween night here in Mentor, Ohio. Flory had 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, looking downfield, and he goes down. Didn't recognize the defender. Number 7, Brandon Clark, breathing down his neck, taking him down for the sack. It's going to be a 4th down and 10 for the Cardinals. And the Cards looking to bring on the special teams unit. They're going to punt the ball back over to Strongsville. Getting a little bit of momentum back as they're about to receive the ball. Got their receiver ready to catch the punt, lining up at his own 10-yard line. Inside 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Kyle Ulbrich punting the ball for the Cards. It's going to bounce out of bounds on the 5-yard line on the Mustang side of the field. So nice punt by number 13, Kyle Ulbrich, the sophomore kicker for the Cards. Again, we're watching the matchup between the Mentor Cardinals versus the Strongsville Mustangs. Strongsville, 3 losses on year. 6-3 is their record coming into this game. The green and white of Strongsville being led by their coach, Larry Laird. Again, in his first season coaching Strongsville. He replaced Russ Jackus, who was there for 22 seasons. Larry Laird bounced around a little bit. This is actually his 4th team that he's coached for. And that's up for grabs as Bobby Cox floated that ball up there and at about the 30-yard line. No flags this time, which is a good sign, but really put that ball up for grabs too. Fortunate it wasn't picked off, so it's going to bring up a incompletion, 2nd down and 10 situation for the Mustangs. Deep on their side of the field, their own 5-yard line. Minute 33 remaining in the first quarter of play. Last season, Larry Laird, coach for the Avon Lake Shoremen, coached them to an 8-3 record in a Division II state playoff appearance too. And he's got the Strongsville Mustangs on the verge of a playoff appearance this year. Mustangs have not been in the playoffs since 2008 as the Cards get in there in the end zone. Breathing under the neck of Bobby Cole again. So we're looking for a safety, and they're going to call it a safety. The Cardinals defense putting 2 points up on the board this time. Calling the safety for the Cards. His number 50, Trevor Morrison, goes hopping to the sideline, celebrating with the safety symbol over his head as the Cards going to be getting the ball back after putting 2 points on the field, pushing the score up to 9-0 over the visiting Strongsville Mustangs. Big play by the Cards defense, and they've really been coming up big in the early going in the first quarter of this game here. Forcing turnover on downs after the Mustangs had gone for it on 4th down, and now coming up with the big safety, putting some points on the board for the Cards. Cards also had the safety in the game last week versus Hudson. It's a rare occurrence to get a safety as it is, let alone back-to-back weeks. As the rain continues here at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium, a minute 29 remaining in the first quarter play. The Cards, after dropping 2 more points on the scoreboard, following the safety, looking to get the ball back again. The Mustangs set to kick from their own 20-yard line. And he booted that ball. It's going to land at about the 15-yard line on the Cards side of the field. Cards slowly running it out. before going down on the run back. Brendan Parker on the run back, the senior for the Cards, bringing it up from his 15-yard line where he caught the ball to about the 35-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. 1st and 10 for the Cards, with a lot of momentum going in their favor here with the 9-0 advantage following that safety. Senior quarterback Jake Floria getting his team set. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to his right, flanked by a running back immediately to his right. Floria looking downfield, looking to run the ball. Had a big week last week rushing the ball. He's got some room, and he's got a first down, finding a lane. He's going to move the chains close to midfield. Jake Floria on the quarterback keeper. Minute 11 remaining in the first quarter of play. And the Cards quickly back up at the line of scrimmage, ready to go. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Finding Malik Porter for another first down, close to the 40-yard line on the Strongsville side of the field. Again, Malik Porter with 3 receptions for 47 yards last week. And Jake Floria's got the offense moving and grooving right here, following his quarterback keeper for a first down, immediately going to Malik Porter for another first down, faking the handoff to Jarrell Jackson, looking in the middle of the field, and that pass broken up as the intended receiver. Malik Porter being hit hard in completion on that pass attempt. 2nd down and 10 for the Cards. 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play tonight. Jake Flory getting his team set. 1 receiver to his left, 3 to his right. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it himself straight up the middle. Some running room to 30, the 25, to 20, to 15, 10. He's gone. Jake Floria, time to score. How about 6 more? Right up the gut through the heart of the Strongsville defense. Bumping the score up to 15-0. The Cardinals with the advantage. 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Jake Floria tucking that ball down and making that decision early to run straight up the middle of the defense as he found the hole and sprinted into the end zone. Jake Floria, again, 2 rushing scores last week. Chalk another one up this evening, too. Tyler Thompson coming up to get the extra point attempt. That's up and it's good. 16-0. The Cardinals extending their lead here at home over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. 2 touchdowns tonight. A reception by Eddie Doherty, and now a rushing touchdown by the senior Jake Floria. Also a safety on the board here in the first quarter for the Cardinals, giving them a healthy lead over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. 16-point advantage, 16-0. There's Floria making a great decision there to keep it himself and finding that opening in the center of the defense, sprinting into the end zone for the score before the end of the first quarter here tonight. Cards getting set to kick the ball back off over to Strongsville. Senior kicker Tyler Thompson again last week, finding pay dirt with his first 2 field goals of the season and that loss versus the Hudson Explorers. Kicking off to the Mustangs. Good kick. The Mustangs receive it at their own 10-yard line, running out to the 20. A little bit of running room out to about the 30-yard line before being taken down. That was Zach Kahn, the receiver for the Mustangs. Kenny Cook getting in there on a tackle on special teams for the Cards. Half a minute remaining in the first quarter of play. Balanced game so far tonight for the Cardinals. The defense coming up big on that safety, putting some points on the board, forcing a turnover on downs in the first quarter as well. Tightening up here, looking to have a good stand in their final regular season game. As the Cardinals defense getting in there and not allowing much rushing in space for the Mustangs. Coming up on 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Dominic Lombardo again, the rusher for the Mustangs. And big Trevor Morrison, the senior defensive lineman, getting in there on the tackle for the Cards. Bobby Cole handing the ball off, and this time some positive yards, pushing it ahead. moving the chains for a first down for the Mustangs as we're inside 10 seconds to go as the clock's going to wind down here in the first quarter. Not enough time to get that play off for Strongsville, so when we resume play in the second quarter, it's going to be a first down and 10 for the Mustangs. But we're going to end the first quarter of play here with the Cardinals with a sizable advantage. A 2-touchdown and 1 safety lead, 16-0 ahead of the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Again, October the 31st, Halloween night here in Mentor, Ohio. Kids are out trick-or-treating from 6 to 8. Hopefully they'll be joining us following the rounds around town, getting their candy, coming here to watch the remainder of the game. Smaller crowd here tonight, but see quite a bit of umbrellas out as the rain has not stopped. Steady drizzle coming down with 45-degree temperatures here on this cool evening. At least there's barely any breeze going as the flag is not moving here, so making it feel a little bit better without the wind. But the Cards having a good first quarter here. Again, a touchdown reception by senior Eddie Doherty, who made his commitment next year to play his college ball Division I in the MAC at Eastern Michigan University. Jake Floria, the senior signal caller for the Cardinals, getting in the mix with a rushing touchdown as well, and the defense putting some points on the board too with the safety. As the Strongsville Mustang attack on first down, getting a reception, Drew Robertson, the senior receiver for Strongsville. Kyle Tankovich getting in there on the tackle for the defense. Is going to bring up a second down and short situation. Second down and about a yard for the Mustangs. Is Cole faking the handoff and looking to pass, but coming up shy. So it's going to bring up a third down and 1 for the Mustangs. Hot off the press, the first quarter statistics. Cardinals led in rushing by Jake Floria, 3 rushing attempts for 53 yards, including that touchdown run that he had. Jarrell Jackson also getting 3 rushing attempts for 12 yards as the Cards stuffing the Mustangs on that third down and short, pushing them back. Going to make a big decision here for the Mustangs coach, Larry Laird, see what he wants to do. I would think he's going to have to kick, though, as the Cards defense coming up big again on that third and short, forcing a 4th and 3 situation for the Mustangs and forcing Strongsville to kick it. Is Jason Blizzard getting set to receive the punt from Strongsville, lining up at his own 15-yard line. Jake Flory was 8 of 13 passing in the first quarter of play for 65 yards. Again, he had that 1 touchdown pass he threw to Eddie Doherty. As the Mustangs looking to down the ball at the 30-yard line, as the Cardinals offense coming out on the field with 10:55 remaining in the first half of play, as they have a 16-0 advantage over Strongsville. Jarrell Jackson, along with his 3 rushing attempts in the first quarter of play, also had 3 receptions for 10 yards. Eddie Doherty had 2 receptions in the first quarter of play to go with 1 rushing attempt. And we know Eddie Doherty, one of those catches ended up turning into a touchdown score. Is Jake Flory keeping the ball, running to his left. Looked like he got a first down situation. If not, it was very close. And they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10, let's do it again for the Cardinals offense. Coming up to the 39-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. Nice play by the senior signal caller for the Cardinals. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Looking in center field, had Malik Porter open, who had it for a second, but ended up falling incomplete. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Cards. Malik Porter had 2 catches for 21 yards in that first quarter of play. The Cardinals offense getting set. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jarrell Jackson in the backfield going out for a pass. So Jake Floria looking to pass. Throwing it short to Jason Blizzard, coming up incomplete on that pass attempt. Going to bring up a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10. Again, breaking down the scoring summary in the first quarter for the Cardinals with 8:10 remaining in the first quarter. Jake Floria found Eddie Doherty for a 25-yard touchdown score. With 1:29 remaining in the first quarter, Bobby Cole, the quarterback for the Mustangs, was sacked in the end zone for a safety. Third down and long. Jake Floria looking downfield, got a receiver, and that's going to fall incomplete as well. That's Eddie Doherty, number 40, coming up shy on that deep pass attempt on third and long for the Cardinals, and it's going to bring up a punting situation for Menor. Going to give the ball back over to Strongsville. Again, breaking down that scoring summary with 40 seconds remaining in that first quarter of play. Senior Jake Floria, the quarterback for the Cardinals, running for a 40-yard touchdown right up the middle on the quarterback keeper. And that's where we find ourselves right now. The Cardinals 16-0 over the visiting Strongsville Mustangs, and they're going to fair catch that punt. Dominic Lombardo on the receiving end for the Cardinals, or for the Mustangs, I should say, following the Cardinals punt, giving the ball back to Strongsville. It's going to place the ball on their 33-yard line. 10:25 remaining in the first half of play. Bobby Cole, the senior quarterback for the Strongsville Mustangs, 6-3 on the season, coming in to play tonight. Cardinals with their 8-1 record, looking to a fumble on the play, and the Menor Cardinals are going to recover it at another big play by the defense. Quickly giving the ball back over to Menor with very good field position. Looked like J.D. Matsko was in the mix there. He's going to position the ball at the 35-yard line on the Strongsville side of the field. Fantastic field position that the defense is setting Jake Flory and the offense up with. 10:19 remaining in the first half of play. Jake Flory getting set. Three receivers to his right. Eddie Doherty, the receiver, to his left, flanked in the backfield. Jarrell Jackson, number 3. Flory looking to pass, and he's got his receiver, but he coming up shy again, incomplete, looking for Malik Porter. Going to bring up a second down and 10 situation for the Cards. 10:14 remaining in the first half of play, up by a 16-0 score. Cards having to punt the ball, but quickly getting it back on that fumble on the 1st and 10 by the Mustangs, giving the Cardinals some great field position here. Hopefully the offense can again repay the favor that the defense provided them. Jake Flory's got some running room. The 30 going out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. The senior quarterback tucking it in and running to his right, running out of bounds, stopping the clock. 10:05 remaining in the first half here. They're going to give him a first down on that run as well. So 1st and 10, we're going to do it again for the offense. Jake Flory looking to the sideline for the play call. Getting set here with the no-huddle offense for the Cards. In the spread, one receiver to the right, 3 to his left. Jake Flory quickly looking to pass, and that pass dangerously tipped by the defense. Luckily, it went down for an incomplete pass for the Cards, but it's going to bring up a second down and 10 situation for Menor. 10:02 remaining in the half. Jake Flory looking to the sideline for the play call again. Same formation here. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's going to be Zach Sparacia to Jake Floria's right. Floria faking the run and finding his receiver. Looked like number 40, Eddie Doherty, for a nice gain for the Cardinals offense. It's going to be short of the first down, though. It's going to bring up a third down and short for Menor. 3rd and 2. 9:40 remaining in the first half of play. 2 receivers to the right this time, 2 to the left. Floria. A lot of time on the play clock, though. 10 seconds still to go. Making sure of the play call. Shotgun set. And he's going to hand that ball off. Jarrell Jackson moving straight ahead. He's going to get that first down. He's going to have the ball positioned for the offense. First down and goal to goal inside the 10-yard line for the Cardinals offense. Going to be marked at about the 8-yard line. Jarrell Jackson moving straight ahead. getting the lion's share of the rushing work today for the Cards. And they're going to hand that ball off again, but he's going to be stuffed with a minimal gain. Jarrell Jackson again going to get the ball for the Cardinals, finding himself with a couple yards on that play. That's about it. Call it 3 yards on the rush. Going to bring up a second down and goal-to-goal situation from the 5-yard line. Jake Floria waiting for the play call here again. Alex Matthews not playing here tonight as the Cardinals coming up shy on that pass attempt. Again, looking for Malik Porter, but coming up incomplete once again. So we're going to have a third down and goal-to-goal situation for the Cards from the 5-yard line. And Alex Matthews has not been in there tonight, injured last week against Hudson, injuring his ankle. So Jarrell Jackson taking over his spot with some big shoes to fill tonight. Big third down play on offense for the Cards. Jake Floria got some room to run. He's going to tuck it in, but he's going to be short of that end zone, coming up to about the 3-yard line before being taken down. He had a glimmer of an opening, but didn't act on it as quickly as maybe he should have. And by the time he decided to make the run, he ended up getting recognized by the Strongsville defense before being taken down. And you know the Cards are going to go for it in this situation. Cards definitely prone to go for it on fourth down, and when they're this close to the end zone with a 16-point advantage, this offense is not going anywhere. Jake Flory is still on the field. He's going to hand the ball off, and it looks like he may have came up just short. Number 40, Eddie Doherty, coming up shy of the end zone, so that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Cardinals offense. It's not going to set the Strongsville Mustangs up with that great a field position, but still disappointing nonetheless that the Cards weren't able to punch it in on that fourth down and short situation, starting off that possession there, winding up with a first down and goal-to-goal from the 8-yard line. It could not cash that ticket into the end zone, so the Cardinals defense coming back on the field. 7:57 remaining in the first half of play. Bobby Cole, the senior quarterback for the Mustangs, getting his team set. And the defense of the Cards could be licking their chops again. They just had a safety in the first quarter of play after having one last week against Hudson as well. So the defense, I'm sure, is going to try to get some pressure on the quarterback and have Mr. Cole on his toes. Quite a bit of flags in the early going here, and that's going to be a false start on the offense. So that's going to push the Mustangs even further back, closer to their own end zone. So the Cards defense has got to be, again, salivating here, looking to put some pressure on the Mustangs. Cardinals with a 16-0 advantage over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Defense looking to tighten up here. And again, it looks like there's going to be a false start penalty on the offense, so we're going to inch closer and closer to that end zone. Not going to be a whole lot of room for the Mustangs here as they try to get the play off finally. First down for Strongsville. Bobby Cole again trying to get his team set up here. Larry Laird cannot be happy with his squad here after having difficulty getting the ball snapped, and back-to-back penalties here already with their backs against the wall with field position. Bobby Cole looking downfield, looking to nearly throw it in the hands of the Cardinals defenders as number 7, Mark Walton, got in there. Mark Walton, as I said, the past 3-4 weeks has really been showing up big on defense, getting his hands on a lot of balls and getting some interceptions and really becoming a standout on defense for the Cardinals here, making some big plays. So second down and 10 for Strongsville. Not a lot of breathing room for Bobby Cole. It's the defense, again, looking to get some pressure on him. He had a lot of time to throw that pass, but he does throw it incomplete as that's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a big third down play here for Strongsville. 3rd and 10, and it basically inches away from their own end zone.
3rd down and 10 again from the
Bobby Cole, fortunate enough to have some time to see where he wanted to throw at that time. Unfortunately for him, coming up incomplete as it was well defended by the Cardinals. As the crowd's starting to get a little bit loud here. They may be sitting, trying to stay warm underneath their umbrellas, but they're starting to get loud to cheer on the defense. A big third down play. Bobby Cole, again, nearly throwing it to the opposition, throwing it incomplete. Michael Ballantyne, the Cardinals defender closest to the ball. It's going to be a tough fourth down situation for the Mustangs, too, trying to find room to punt the ball off to the Cards. But Cards should get some good field position on this play as well, as Jason Blizzard on the Mustang side of the field from the 45-yard line awaiting the punt attempt. And the Cards, you'd have to think, are going to put some pressure on the kicker on this play. Cardinals at home with a big 16-0 advantage, and maybe got a piece of that. It's going to be a good field position once again for the Cards. It's going to be about the 45-yard line on the Mustang side of the field. Cardinals with the 2 touchdown and 1 safety advantage over the visiting Strongsville Mustangs. Cards looking to improve on that 8-1 record that they have coming into this game, following a disappointing loss last week as they went into that game against the Hudson Explorers undefeated. The battle of powerhouses last Thursday versus Hudson. Hudson coming out on top, but the Cardinals looking to regain form this evening with a victory at home. Right before they go into the playoffs, Cardinals already have locked up a playoff spot, but would love to win tonight and secure a home playoff game, as Jake Floria finding his receiver, number 40, Eddie Doherty. Shy of the first down, but a nice pass and catch play by the quarterback and receiver. 7:16 to go in the first half of play. It's going to bring up a second down and 2 yards for the Cards. Floria, 1 receiver to his left, 3 to his right. As again, the officials trying to get things situated here. They're backing some people off the field. A couple people on the sideline standing in front of the play clock for the offense. 3 receivers to his right. Jake Floria getting set on the second down and short, faking the run, passing it to Jason Blizzard, who was hit right away by the defense. It's going to go as an incomplete pass, and Jason Blizzard got his bell rung a little bit and couldn't hang on to the ball on that pass attempt. Going to bring up a third down and short situation for the Cards offense, is Mike Plowski, the defensive back, in there for the Mustangs, making a nice play. 7:03 remaining in the first half. Senior quarterback Jake Floria waiting for the play call. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Jason Blizzard going in motion to the left. Floria looking in the middle of the field, got a receiver wide open. Jarrell Jackson, number 3, a little bit of running room, finding himself down at about the 14-yard line on the Mustang side of the field inside the red zone. Big play by Jarrell Jackson, who's been coming up big all night long. The senior wide receiver has been splitting time at running back tonight too, with Alex Matthews being out injured this evening. Quickly back, ready for the play. Jake Floria looking to run the ball straight ahead. The quarterback keeper bringing the ball up to about the 10-yard line for Menor. 6:30 remaining in the first half of play. Going to bring up second down and 6 yards to go for the first. The Cardinals quickly called that play and looking to catch the Mustangs defense sleeping a little bit. And Jake Floria was hoping to get into the end zone, but did get some positive yards on that run. Floria faking the run, looking to pass. Got his receiver near the sideline. Eddie Doherty with the catch. And that's going to bring up a third down and short yardage situation to the first down. The Cards would have to get to about the 4-yard line on the Mustang side of the field to get a first down. 3rd and 2, 5:55 remaining in the first half of play. Floria, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's going to keep it himself, calling his own number into the end zone. Jake Floria, time to score. How about 6 more? Pushing the Cards ahead. The score now 22-0 over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Rain still coming down, but the Cards still pouring the points on the scoreboard. 5:45 remaining in the first half of play. Tyler Thompson getting set, the senior kicker for the Cards, looking to get the 1-point capper following the touchdown score by Jake Floria. Again, Floria ran for a touchdown of 40 yards in the first quarter of play, and now he's got another touchdown rush here in the second quarter tonight. Following last week's game where he had 2 rushing touchdowns, he matches himself this week versus Strongsville with 2 rushes for scores in the first half of play here tonight. Halloween night is the cheerleaders tossing some candy into the crowd in honor of the Halloween evening that we find ourselves here in, this cold and wet Halloween. Trick-or-treating getting close to an end as it's about 5 minutes before 8 o'clock. I know my kids may be tired by this point with the cold weather conditions, but it'd be interesting to see how far they got. Trick-or-treating from 6 to 8 tonight, so hopefully we're going to find some more fans joining us here at JTO at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium following trick-or-treating here to watch the remaining 5:45 in the first half of play and the second half of play in the final regular season game for the Cardinals. Facing the 6-3 Strongsville Mustangs and the Cardinals. The big advantage here, looking to kick it off following that Jake Floria quarterback keeping score. Tyler Thompson kicked it off to the Mustangs, who received the ball at their own 10-yard line. Taking the ball out and rushing straight ahead with some good yards. Crossing midfield before being taken down on the Cardinals side of the field. Good run by the Mustangs, about the 37-yard lines. Zach Kahn with the big run. Nearly broke that for a touchdown before being taken down by the senior kicker, Tyler Thompson. A man who kicked the ball to him is the man who took him down with the touchdown-saving tackle. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half of play. The Cards with a 23-point lead. Bobby Cole getting his team set back out, number 5 for the Mustangs. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. 1 running back behind him. He's going to hand that ball off. That's Dominic Lombardo, not finding a whole lot of running room, being taken down by a number of Cardinal defenders. I seen Trevor Morrison sticking his nose in there and getting the tackle. Also Big Billy Hudson getting in there too. It's going to bring up a second down and long situation for the Mustangs. We're going to call it a second down and 8 from the 36-yard line. Bobby Cole again is going to hand the ball off, and again not finding much running room straight ahead. Dominic Lombardo is going to bring up a big third down and 6 yards to go for the first for the Mustangs. Brady Crandall getting credit for the tackle for the Cardinals on that play. 4:49 remaining in the first half. Bobby Cole getting set. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. From the shotgun set this time. 10 seconds to get the play off. The snap under pressure. Looking, and again nearly packed off. Pass incomplete, nearly intercepted and picked off. Number 7, Mark Walton, nearly getting his hands on it. A little bit disappointed with himself that he wasn't able to suck that ball in for an INT. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 yards to go for the Strongsville Mustangs, who are going to keep their offense on the field, and they're going to go for it again. Number of occasions already here in the early going. The Mustangs going for it on 4th down. Not finding a whole lot of success to this point, but Bobby Cole from that shotgun set. The Cardinals defender again getting right in there, but this time he got the ball off for a 1st down, and they could not. Oh, and the officials blew the play dead. Vince Dindia with the tough reception and nearly broke some tackles to break free for the end zone, but the officials whistled that play dead, said that he had his momentum stopped and called the play dead. 4:23 remaining in the first half of play. Strongsville staying alive with the 1st down. Bobby Cole faking the run under pressure again, but finding his receiver in the end zone. Gutsy pass for Nick Horig, number 88, the senior tight end for the Mustangs on the reception. 4:10 remaining in the first half of play, and the Strongsville Mustangs getting in the scoring column here with the touchdown. Nick Horig with the nice reception in the end zone, but a real gutsy pass by the quarterback, Bobby Cole, as he had the Cardinals defense bearing down his chin strap again and was able to get that pass off and got it off with some accuracy too, getting the Mustangs on the board, ending the shutout. And the score now is going to be 23 to 7. 23 to 7, the Cardinals with the advantage here in the first half of play, looking to get the ball back with 4:10 remaining in the first half of play. Senior quarterback Jake Floria for the Cards with 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. The defense with a bad taste in their mouth, though, following that touchdown that they just gave up. Not giving up a whole lot of points here at home this season, especially not in the first half. The Cardinals offense looks to go back out on the field once they get the kick here is number 15, Brendan Parker, getting set to go back to catch this kickoff, as well as number 7, Mark Walton. 23 to 7, the Cardinals at home with the big lead, looking to get the ball back, but just gave up a touchdown to the visitors here. Strongsville with the nice pass from Bobby Cole to Nick Horig. And the rain, as I'm looking at the puddles on the field, continues to come down. 45 degrees at game time on a chilly Halloween night. Mark Walton catching the ball at his own 10-yard line, running it up to the 20, to the 25. A little bit of running room before going out of bounds, tiptoeing out of bounds at about the 28 on the Cardinals side of the field. Going to bring up the offense once again. Again tonight, Alex Matthews, one of the top players for the Cardinals, number 44, not playing due to an ankle injury. Hopefully he can make a recovery and be back in time for the playoffs. But Jarrell Jackson, number 3, the senior wide receiver running back, has been filling in quite nicely this evening in his absence. First down and 10 for the Cardinals offense. Jake Floria, 3 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Is Floria looking to pass, got his receiver in the middle of the field, got some running room to the 40, to the 45, almost up to midfield. That's number 40, Eddie Doherty, the senior do-it-all receiver running back for the Cardinal offense. Inside 4 minutes to play here in the first half. 23 to 7, the Cards with the advantage and looking to move the ball quickly. Getting the offense set is Jake Floria, 2 receivers to his right, receiver in motion. And he's going to hand it off to Eddie Doherty, looking to pass the ball, but he decides to tuck it in and run straight ahead. He's on the Mustang side of the field, close to the 45-yard line. Did not see anybody open, but you know he was looking to pass the ball as Jason Blizzard being one of the receivers downfield that he was looking to pass it to. As Eddie Doherty went in motion and Jake Floria handed it off to him, and Eddie was looking to pass, as we've seen him do before in his career, but wasn't able to complete it, tucked it wisely away and ran straight ahead. But Jake Floria, he's looking deep this time, well short, and he's going to throw that ball to the Mustangs. That's going to be picked off. Mike Glowski on the INT for the Mustangs. He's going to put the ball at about the 10-yard line on the Strongsville side of the field, but it's going to give a turnover, an interception by Jake Floria. Did not look very good on that pass as it came up way short of his intended receiver as he was looking to go deep on second down, but going to turn that ball over. Going to get it back in the hands of the Mustangs, who have a little bit of momentum now following that touchdown that they had from Bobby Cole to Nick Horig just a minute ago, and now finding the ball back in their hands after the INT from Jake Floria. 3:05 remaining in the first half of play. The Cards 23 to 7. Bobby Cole going to hand the ball off, and the Cards nearly had him stuffed, but Dominic Lombardo with some running room, the 25 to 30 to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds, appearing to be stuffed for a loss. Dominic Lombardo making something out of nothing for the Mustangs. The senior running back for Strongsville with a nice play. First and 10, 2:56 remaining in the first half of play. And again, some things going in the direction of Strongsville here recently, giving them some momentum. But that's going to be an incomplete pass as Bobby Cole looking in the center of the field for Drew Robertson, but coming up shy on that incompletion. The senior wide receiver was open for a glimmer, but pass connection was just not there. Going to be a 2nd down and 10 situation for Strongsville. 2:52 remaining in the half. As the Cards showing a blitz. Handoff for the Mustangs. Minimal yards, but it went to Dominic Lombardo again for a couple yards, so it's going to end up bringing up a 3rd down and about a 7-yard situation for the Strongsville Mustangs. 2:30 remaining in the first half of play. Big 3rd down attempt here for Strongsville. Penalty on the field. It looked like it may be called on the offense, and again, it's going to be a false start. Seen quite a bit of penalties here in the first half, and I believe that's the 3rd false start penalty on the Mustang offense, backing them up. It's going to make this 3rd down play that much tougher for them. 3rd and 12 with 2:26 remaining in the first half of play. The Cards 23-7. And Coach Larry Laird is going to talk about it with his squad on the sideline, taking a timeout here on senior night here at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium in Mentor, Ohio. Halloween night. A cold and rainy Halloween night at that. The Cardinals, again, the scoring tonight. Jake Flory with 2 rushing touchdowns. 25-yard pass to Eddie Doherty to lead off the scoring in the first quarter of play. A sack by the defense in the end zone for a safety in that first quarter as well. And then Jake Flory with 2 rushing touchdown scores, 1 for 40 yards in that first quarter of play. And big play here. Defense looking to tighten things up. 3rd and 12 for Strongsville from their own 35-yard line. Strongsville looking to get back in the game, so this is going to be an important play for them. And he's taken down hard by the defense. Nico Lautinen stuffing the quarterback on the sack. Bobby Cole didn't see him coming. Taken down hard by the big Cardinal defender, Nico Lautinen. 2:07 remaining here in the first half of play. He's going to push it back to a 4th and 18 attempt for the Mustangs. So the special teams unit, you know, is going to be coming out for Strongsville to give it back over to Mentor on a big defensive play. Nico Lautinen getting there in the backfield, taking down Bobby Cole hard for the sack. 4th and 18 for the Mustangs now. Big play by the Cardinal defense. Nico Lautinen, the senior defensive lineman for the Cardinals, he's one of those verbal commitments for next year to play Division I college ball. He's committed to go to Bowling Green State University, so could be seeing a matchup in the MAC next year with Nico Lautinen on defense for Bowling Green, playing up against Eddie Doherty, as Eddie's going to be going to Eastern Michigan University. So a MAC matchup in the making next year in Division I ball, as the Mustangs 4th and 18 looking to kick the ball to the Cards. Cards getting set to return this, waiting to receive it at their own 35-yard line. Jason Blizzard, the receiver for the Cards, he's going to field the ball. Not finding a lot of running room, though. He's going to be taken down at about the 28-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. 1:47 to go before the first half of play winds itself down. The Cards with a 23-7 advantage. And the quick scoreability by the Cardinals offense is going to be showcased here as 1:47, plenty of time for this high-powered Cardinal attack to potentially get some more points on the board. But again, on that last possession, the Cardinals turning that ball over with the interception. Cardinals got to be aware of trying to stay away from the turnovers, as they did have 6 turnovers last week. That's been their Achilles heel here recently, as Jake Floria looking to keep it. The quarterback keeper, the 35-yard line, moving straight ahead to about the 37 before being taken down. Going to bring up a Second down and short situation for Menor with a minute and a half to go in the first half of play. Quickly getting set for this second down play. Floria, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Looking to the left, finding a receiver. Malik Porter going out of bounds, but not before getting the first down for the Cardinals. Is Malik Porter going down. Looked like an apparent late hit, but no flag on the field. First and 10, we're going to do it again for the Cards. As Malik Porter looks to be all right, coming back to getting set on offense for the Cards. A minute 18 remaining in the first half of play, 23-7. The Menor Cardinals at home with the advantage over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Jake Flory, the senior signal caller in a shotgun. 3 receivers on his right, 2 to his left, under pressure. Looking to get that ball off. Finding his man, Jason Blizzard. And they're going to call that a first down. Nice catch by Jason Blizzard. First and 10, we're going to do it again with a minute 11 remaining in the first half of play. Quickly getting set. Minute 5 in the first half of play. Jake Floria finding Malik Porter for some running room. Malik breaking the defenders and going down at the 20-yard line. Big play by the big Cardinal receiver. Jake Floria whipping that ball in there. Malik Porter with a nice reception. Quickly getting set with the play. First down for the Cards. Jake Floria, 2 receivers on his right, 2 to his left. Looking in the middle of the field. Got a receiver going up and nearly catching that overthrown ball was Eddie Doherty. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Going to stop the clock, though. 50 seconds to go remaining in this first half of play. Cards 23-7, but looking to punch it into the end zone again to get another score before the first half is up. Jake Flory with 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Looking downfield, got a receiver, but overshoots him again. That's number 14. Zach Sparacia was the intended receiver on that play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Cards. 45 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Jake Flory looking to the sideline to determine what the play is going to be, but 23-7, the Cards with the lead. Trying to get some more points here before the first half winds itself down. There's going to be a timeout on the field. Timeout on the field for the Cardinals. Again, coming into this game, the final regular season game for both of these teams. The Strongsville Mustangs with their 6-3 record on the season. Cardinals 8-1 coming into this game following that loss last week as they went head-to-head. 2 undefeated teams meeting last Thursday in Veterans Memorial Stadium in Hudson. Cardinals coming up on the downside of that game, 41-27, but looking to rebound this week back at home versus Strongsville. 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Cards looking to regain that momentum here and hoping to punch it in to the end zone before the first half clock winds itself down. Halloween night here, senior night. Steady flow of rain continuing this evening. 45 degrees at the start of the game, and I'm sure that temperature's dipped down a little bit here, so a chilly night here. Jake Floria looking to pass, but he's got some pressure coming. Jarrell Jackson, number 3, Mr. Do-It-All in the first half. Taken down at about the 15-yard line after the completion. 37 seconds remaining in the first half of play, but there is a flag on the field as well. And they're going to be backing up the Cardinal offense too, so it looks like it may be a holding penalty on the Cards. Some dispute over what the game clock should be showing, and they're going to put 34 seconds up on the scoreboard right now remaining in the first half of play. as they're backing the Cardinal offense up quite a bit. Inside 30 seconds to play here. Timeout Menor. Third down for the Cardinals when we resume play here following that big penalty that really pushed the ball back to about the 37-yard line on the Mustang side of the field. Cardinals would love to get some more points on the board before the first half clock winds itself down. Looking to go and end the regular season with some momentum that they could take into the postseason that they're looking to start next week. Again, if the Cardinals end up winning tonight, they may be facing, hopefully getting a home game next Saturday night on November the 8th. Senior quarterback Jake Flory getting his team ready out there for a 3rd down and 27 situation from the 37-yard line on the Mustang side of the field. Jake Flory in the shotgun set looking to pass. All kinds of time. Finding his man, Zach Sparacia, number 14. Bringing that ball a lot closer there. It's going to be a 4th down situation for the Cardinals, but a lot more manageable field position here as the Cardinals look to go for it on 4th down with 21 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Nice pass there by Jake Flory as he found his man in the center of the field. Again, that was Zach Sparacia, the senior wide receiver for the Cards. Finding himself tonight with more playing time than he normally gets and taking advantage of that situation, just like Jarrell Jackson's finding himself tonight too with the injury to Alex Matthews. 21 seconds remaining in his first half of play. Glad to have you here again. Pete Stark, Cardinal TV. You can watch the replay of the game. Time Warner Cable in the city of Menor, channel 96.96, or on Cardinal TV, Menor, Ohio, YouTube. And now this season, you can stream the games live on ESPNCleveland.com. It's the Cardinal offense getting set here for the big 4th down play. Looking to have 2 receivers to the right of him, 2 to the left. Jake Flory getting set here from the shotgun. Receiver in motion as Jason Blizzard going in motion to the right in a heavily penalized game so far in the first half. The officials blow the play dead again, and it's going to go against the Cardinals, pushing them back. Illegal procedure on the offense. It's going to be 4th down and 10 for the Cards. 20 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Umbrella's still out. Hood's still up in the crowd here. Halloween night. Cold evening here, October the 31st. Tyler Thompson going to attempt that field goal here on 4th down, and it's going to be no good. Last week, Tyler Thompson hit his first 2 field goals of the season, but comes up shy in that field goal attempt, and that's going to give the ball, with 15 seconds left in the first half, back over to the Mustangs. He was on line, but a little bit short on that field goal attempt. Cardinals defense coming out on the field as the Mustangs get the ball here. 15 seconds remaining. 23-7. The Cards at home after that loss last week on the road to the Hudson Explorers. Matchup of 2 of the powerhouses in the northeastern Ohio area last week, and the Cardinals came up on the losing end of that competition, but the Cards looking to rebound this evening and try to get back in the win column and wrap up the regular season on a winning pace. And the clock's going to wind down. That's going to take us to halftime, so we're going to go into the half 23-7. The Cardinals with the big advantage following 2 quarters of play. Enjoy halftime, and we'll catch up with you for the 3rd quarter. Cardinal TV. Getting ready to begin the second half of play between this matchup with the Cards and the Mustangs here. The Cards with the 23-7 advantage. Getting set to begin the second half here. Breaking down some of the statistics from the first half of play. Cardinals with 16 first downs. Strongsville with 9. rushing yards for the Cards, 125 yards, 27 for Strongsville. Yards through the air passing, 189 yards for the Cards, only 81 for the Mustangs. Cardinals, 17 of 32 on passing attempts. Strongsville, 6 of 17. Total offensive plays, 38 for the Mustangs, 49 offensive plays in the first half for the Cardinals. Total yards, the Cards had 314 yards and the Mustangs 108. Cards gained 6.4 yards per play and the Mustangs 2.8. Time of possession slightly in favor of the Cardinals, 12 minutes 48 seconds versus 11 minutes 12 seconds for Strongsville. Fourth down conversions. Strongsville went for it 4 times on fourth down and got it on half of those attempts, 2 out of 4. And the Cardinals also 50% on their fourth down plays and trying to squib kick, the onside kick, trying to catch the Cardinals off guard to begin the second half of play, but the Cards get it, and the Cards are going to get it with good field position here to begin the second half. Again, Cardinal TV bringing it to you here. Final home game of the regular season. Check out the replay of the game, Time Warner Cable in Mentor, Ohio, or on our YouTube channel, Cardinal TV Mentor, Ohio, or stream the game live on ESPNCleveland.com. Cards looking to begin the playoffs next week, and a victory tonight would really put them in good favor to get a home game next Saturday on November the 8th. Dangerous play there. It looked like Zach Sparacia had the reception, but he bobbled it as the ball went out of bounds. It's going to go as an incompletion. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Cardinal offense from the 49-yard line on their own side of the field. Also in the first half of play, rushing the football, Jake Floria had 9 attempts for 93 yards. And here comes another attempt. Jake Floria on the move, getting close to that first down. Looks like he's going to come up just shy, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and short for the Cardinals offense. And right on cue, as I was talking about the leading rusher in the first half for the Cards, Jake Floria tucked it in and ran for 9 yards on that play. Again, Jake Floria, 9 rushes for 93 yards, 2 of those being touchdowns in that first half. Floria again is going to hold on to the ball, and he's got that first down and plenty more as he gets close to the 30-yard line on the Mustang side of the field to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, we're going to do it again. 11-17 remaining in the third quarter play. The Cards looking to improve upon that 23-7 lead they currently enjoy over Strongsville. Jake Floria rolling out to his left, looking to pass downfield. Got a receiver, Malik Porter, but a dangerous toss, and looked like that one's going to be picked off again. Jake Floria had a INT that he threw in the first half of play, and dangerous pass. He had his receiver open for a minute, Malik Porter, but threw that one in the hands of the Mustangs for another INT, turning the ball over to Strongsville here. 11:04 remaining in the third quarter of play, but it's going to be a 1st and 10 situation for Strongsville. His quarterback Bobby Cole looking to come out on the field and continue on with some momentum for the Mustang offense. Bobby Cole, 6 of 16 passing in the first half, including a touchdown for the Mustangs. Pressured by the Cardinals, big Trevor Morrison going to take him down for the sack. Big play by the Cardinals defense on 1st down. Trevor Morrison with the sack. Going to bring up a 2nd down and very long for the Mustangs now. 2nd and 16, losing 6 yards on that play. Pressured all the way, and here's number 24, Dominic Lombardo, with no running room, being taken down at about his own 10-yard line. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play, so it's going to be 3rd down and 16. A couple real nice defensive plays to begin the second half for the Cardinals. Kenny Cook getting credit for the tackle on that play for the Cards. Looking to rush again. And they're going to take down Bobby Cole. No, he got the ball off again. Finding some accuracy and giving that over to number 88, Nick Horig, again with a nice catch. He had that touchdown reception in the first half for the Mustangs, and nice grab, but that's going to put them short of the first down, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 4 situation for the Mustangs. And surprising, but they are going to go for it here unless they're looking to draw the defense off sides, but they do call the play. Bobby Cole under pressure again, got the ball off, but this time his receiver, number 21, Vince Dindia, went out of bounds. So going to be turning the ball over here early in the second half of play to the Cardinals, and the Cardinals going to be primed and ready to put some more points on the board as they got fantastic field position with a real gutsy call to go for it on a 4th down and 4. But the Mustangs coming up shy, giving the Cardinals great field position here. Jake Flory in the offense. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Jason Blizzard going in motion. Gave that ball to Jason Blizzard running straight ahead inside the 10-yard line. Refusing to go down. So bold, so cold. Jason Blizzard refusing to go down as the Mustangs were all over him, but shot straight on through and shot into the end zone. Time to score, put up 6 more. Cards going up to 29-7 with the advantage now following that Jason Blizzard touchdown score. 22, Tyler Thompson coming on to get the extra point attempt. What a big play for Jason Blizzard. Went in motion, they handed the ball off to him, but it sure looked like he was going to go down, but snuck his way through that pile and scampered into the end zone for a score. Extra point was good, 30-7. Mentor Cardinals on top over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Breaking down some more of the stats out of the first half of play. Again, we know we said Jake Flory led the team in rushing the quarterback in the first half. 9 attempts for 93 yards, including 2 rushing touchdowns. Jarrell Jackson had 5 rushing attempts in the first half for 24 yards, so he averaged 4.8 yards a carry. Eddie Doherty had 3 carries in the first half for 10 yards as well for the Cards. Those were the 3 Cardinals players with rushing attempts in the first half. Again, Jake Flory is 17 of 32 passing in the first half. 1 touchdown through the air, the pass to Eddie Doherty for a score, but also threw an interception in the first half, as he's already thrown 1 here in the second half as well. Receiving for the Cards in the first half, Eddie Doherty had 6 catches for 73 yards, including that touchdown score. Malik Porter had 4 catches for 48 yards in the first half of play. Jarrell Jackson was all over the place on the offense in that first half, getting a lot of minutes with the injury to Alex Matthews. He had 4 catches for 28 yards in the first half, and Jason Blizzard 2 catches for 18 yards in the first half, but had that big score just now to put the Cards up 30-7 on a short pooch kick by the Cardinals here, giving the ball to the Mustangs, who are going to have decent field position at their own 34-yard line as they get set for 1st and 10 with 9:50 remaining in the third quarter of play. But after going for that 4th down, gutsy call by the Strongsville coaching staff, but coming up on the losing end of that gamble, that 4th and 4, giving the Cards prime field position, and the Cardinals making a pay for it with that Jason Blizzard touchdown. Bobby Cole in the shotgun set, passing it early, finding his man in the middle of the field for a reception. Short of the first down play, but nice catch by number 88 once again, Nick Horig for the Strongsville Mustangs, the senior tight end. He's the receiver with the lone touchdown score for the Mustangs this evening. Again, breaking down some of the stats in the first half, Tyler Thompson did have 1 field goal attempt but came up shy as the Cards getting pressure on the quarterback. Again, Bobby Cole evading that pressure, as he's done a number of times already tonight, with Cardinal defenders breathing down his neck, able to get the ball off, but this time he was not able to connect with the receiver, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 situation for Strongsville. Bobby Cole looking to the sideline for some guidance, trying to see what the play is going to be. It's going to be a big third down play for both teams here. The Cards looking to blitz again and get in there. And they gave that to first down for the Mustangs. That was number 32, Zach Kahn, the junior running back for the Mustangs, getting the first down and actually putting the ball on the Cardinals side of the field, spotted at the 49-yard line as we come up on 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. The Cards up 30-7. Going to hand the ball off again, but no go, as that's a loss of yardage for the Mustangs. Dominic Lombardo finding no running room on that rush attempt. Breaking down the scoring in the first half for the two teams, Jake Floria with 8:10 remaining in that first quarter of play. That 25-yard completion for Eddie Doherty, touchdown score. A minute 29 remaining in that first quarter is when Bobby Cole, the quarterback of the Mustangs, was sacked in the end zone for a safety, as the defense put some points on the board. As on that second down and 13 play, Bobby Cole could not connect on his receiver, so it's going to bring up a third down and 13 situation for the Mustangs. Overshot his receiver there, so another big third down play coming up here. Again, with the scoring output in the first half, with 40 seconds remaining in that first quarter of play, Jake Floria ran for a 40-yard touchdown score. Bobby Cole under pressure, third and long, and tripped and went down on his own, but there was quite a bit of pressure as Trevor Morrison was right in front of him, and Nico Lottinen over there as well, but looked like he may have twisted an ankle there, Bobby Cole, as he went down on his own. It's going to bring up a fourth down and 23 situation for the Mustangs, so you'd have to think that the special teams unit's going to come out for the Mustangs here, but Coach Larry Laird has surprised us, as he did at the beginning of the second half here when they went for it on their own side of the field, deep in their own side of the field on a 4th and 4 play. Is again Bobby Cole, the quarterback for the Mustangs, down on the field, as it looked like he may have twisted his ankle on that third down and long play. Again, breaking it down, first half scoring in the second quarter with 5:45 remaining in the half. Jake Floria ran for his second rushing touchdown in that first half, a 6-yard touchdown score. Strongsville got on the board with 4:10 remaining in the first half when Bobby Cole passed to Nate Horig for a 16-yard touchdown in the back of the end zone. So we went into half with a 23-7 advantage for Mentor over Strongsville. In the second half here in the early going, too, some excitement going back and forth again with Strongsville going for it on 4th down and turning it over to the Cardinals, and the Cardinals taking advantage of it with Jason Blizzard rushing into the end zone for a really exciting touchdown run where it looked like he was going to be stopped short of the end zone, well short of the end zone, but was able to sneak through the defense of the Mustangs and speed to the end zone for a score. Both teams looking to see as the training staff of the Mustangs tend to quarterback Bobby Cole right now. Yeah, it looked like Bobby Cole went down on his own. Looked like he may have lost his footing and twisted his ankle there, so we hope the senior quarterback for the Mustangs is okay. And it looks like he's getting up. Nice round of applause by both sides of the stadium here, as you never like seeing anybody get hurt, but you're glad to see him get up and be able to walk to the sideline on his own accord. 8:12 remaining in the third quarter of play, 30-7. Cards with the big advantage. Mustangs looking to punt the ball. Special teams unit on the field as the Cards getting set to receive from their own 30-yard line. And Mark Walton, number 7 for the Cards, nearly getting in there and blocking the ball. Dangerous reception there by Jason Blizzard as he catches that ball. Barely catches it, but he went down and caught that ball at about the 37-yard line on the Cards side of the field. 8:05 remaining in the third quarter of play. The Cardinals offense looking to come back out for a 1st and 10 situation. The rain continues and continues to come down this evening. It has not let up with a continual drizzle in the low 40 degrees here at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium, the final regular season game of the 2014 season here for the Cardinals. But you know there's a second season coming next week, the postseason for the Cards, as Eddie Doherty going in motion, but they're going to give it to fake to Eddie Doherty. He's going to go to the second rusher. That's Jarrell Jackson. Not a whole lot of running room, but got a yard or two. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 7 situation, they're going to call it. 7:45 remaining here in the third quarter. Cards getting set from the 40-yard line on their own side of the field. Jake Floria, 2 receivers on his left, 2 to his right. He's going to hold it his own, but the defense was ready for him this time, and they bring him down at about the 39-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long situation for the Cardinals offense. Senior night, Halloween night, October the 31st here, 2014. Definitely the least amount of crowd in the student section that we've seen this season. Got to figure a number of kids maybe out and about with it being Halloween night, and not a bad crowd, but a lot of umbrellas here on this cold, rainy night. Nice catch by the Cards right in the middle of the field. Is number 14, Zach Sparacia, brings that ball in for the reception. The senior wide receiver getting a lot of minutes here tonight. With Alex Matthews not playing, it's sliding Jarrell Jackson over more to the running back position, and Zach Sparacia getting some minutes as Jake Floria being pressured and had to run out of bounds and lost maybe a couple yards on that play there. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 14 situation for the Cardinals. 6:40 remaining in the third quarter of play. Cards at home versus the Mustangs, up 30-7. Cardinals looking to go into the postseason with a final regular season victory here tonight. Jake Floria being taken down for a big loss. It's going to be back to their own 38-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and very long situation from their own 39-yard line. Again, it's going to be 23 yards to go to get a 1st down in this situation. 6 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. Jake Flory was under all kinds of pressure on that play. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Rolling to his left, looking downfield, got a receiver there. Dangerous pass, but Eddie Doherty, number 40 at the 30. What a play. Lofting it up in the air, and Eddie Doherty just waited for it to come down. Getting the reception at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, we're going to do it again for the Cards offense. Staying alive here with that long pass. Left it up in the air forever, it seemed like, before it came down in the hands of senior Eddie Doherty. 5:50 remaining in the third quarter of play. Jake Floria quickly passing in the middle of the field, finding his man. Malik Porter with a nice reception in the middle of the field. Finding the lane, moving the chains. Nice reception on a connection from Jake Floria to Malik Porter. Racing in the middle of the field. Got that pass off quickly and found his man. Putting the ball in the red zone in the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cards offense, up 30-7. 5.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter play. Jake Floria looking. Dangerous pass, nearly picked off. Closest receiver was number 4, Malik Porter there, but well underthrown, and again a dangerous pass. Living dangerously here is Jake Floria tonight. Already 2 interceptions on the night, and he's going to have to straighten that issue out a little bit before next week when the playoffs begin. Handing the ball off to Jarrell Jackson, running straight ahead, pushing it close to the 5-yard line on 2nd down. The senior for the Cardinals, usually a wide receiver for the Cardinals, but getting most of his minutes tonight here from that running back position. It's going to be a 3rd down and 3 for the Cards as we approach 5 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Eddie Doherty going in motion. Jake Fleury going to pitch it out to Eddie Doherty. Dancing around, staying on his feet, but being taken down at about the 7-yard line. Going to be well short of a first down. 4:40 remaining in the third quarter of play. Alex Zacharias taking him down for the Mustangs. Going to bring up a 4th down and 3 for the Cards.
4th down and 3 on the 6. 4:25 to go in tonight's third quarter.
As Tyler Thompson's going to come out to attempt the field goal here. For the Cards with a 30-7 advantage at home. Coach Trevisano content to try to add 3 more points to the scoring column. Again, Tyler got his first 2 field goals of the year last week versus Hudson, and he's going to be 0 for 2 this evening on field goal attempts as he came up well shy on hitting at that time. 4:02 remaining in the third quarter of play. Going to bring the Mustangs offense back out on the field. 1st down and 10 yards to go. Be interesting to see if number 5, Bobby Cole, the quarterback who sprained his ankle on that last possession, if he comes back out or not.
Thank you.
Again, the Cards, if they continue the way the game is progressing now and end up with a victory at the end of the evening tonight, most likely be having a home game next Saturday night. And the Mustangs rushing the ball straight ahead for about 5 yards that time, right up the middle of the defense there. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Mustangs. Zach Kahn, the ball carrier for Strongsville that time. 3:40 remaining in the third quarter play. They're going to hand that ball off again, this time stuffed at the line of scrimmage by the Cards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 situation for Strongsville.
Number 24, Dominic Lombardo on the carry for Strongsville. On the stop for the Cardinals, number 32, J.D. Vasco.
So it's going to be a big 3rd down and 4 play for Strongsville. Zach Kahn now in a quarterback for Strongsville, number 32, following that injury to Bobby Cole after it appears he has sprained or strained his ankle. They're going to come up short on that 3rd down attempt, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 2 yards to go for a 1st down inside 3 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. So looking to the sideline to see what Coach Laird wants to do here, if they're going to go for it. And remember, just the beginning of the second half here, even a little bit farther back in their own side of the field, Strongsville had gone for it and going for it this time, and appearing to have the 1st down is number 32, Zach Kahn, now in a quarterback, replacing the injured Bobby Cole on the quarterback keeper, ran straight ahead and got that 1st down for the Mustangs. 2:25 remaining in the third quarter of play. Cards with the big 30-7 advantage here at home over Strongsville. Zach Kahn's got his receiver. Oh, nearly had the one-handed reception. If he would have caught that, he would have had nothing but green space in front of him, as he could have just cruised into the end zone for the touchdown, but goes as an incomplete pass. That was Drew Robertson who nearly made the circus catch with one hand. I think the whole crowd was anticipating him pulling it down the way it was looking, because he was surely wide open and ready to run, but fortunately for the Cardinals, it goes in as an incomplete pass. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10 play. Fumble on the play, and the Cards look like they got in there and have possession of it, following the fumble by the new quarterback in the game, Zach Kahn, who couldn't hold on to that snap. Michael Ballantyne getting in there, getting the ball. Michael Ballantyne getting his name in there quite a bit the past 3-4 weeks, making a lot of plays at a defensive end. This time recovering the fumble, giving the ball to the Cardinals offense with fantastic field position once again on the 28-yard line on the Strongsville side of the field. 2:07 remaining in the third quarter of play. Cards already with a 30-7 lead over Strongsville, looking to extend their season here next week into the postseason, but hoping to get victory number 9 tonight to rebound after that loss to Hudson last week. Jason Blizzard with a nice reception on first down for the Cards. So from the 25-yard line on the Strongsville side of the field, 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter play. Jake Flory getting set. He's going to hand that ball off. Number 3, Jarrell Jackson, refusing to go down, going straight ahead, finding a lane and moving the chains inside the 20, inside the 15. The ball at about the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals offense. Minute 56 remaining in the third quarter of play. Nice run by Jarrell. Taking advantage of the additional playing time tonight. Jake Flory going to keep it himself, already with 2 rushing scores on the night. Going to go out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. Coming up on a minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Cards with a sizable 30-7 advantage. Hoping to go ahead even further. Looking to go into the end zone. 2nd down and 8 yards to go for the first. Jake Flory, 2 receivers to his right, going to hand it off to Jarrell Jackson again. Going into the end zone. Waiting for the official's call. If he didn't get in there, he's sure close. Jarrell Jackson showing his speed as he burst through the line of scrimmage there and nearly got into the end zone. I thought he may have gotten in there, but they spotted just shy of the goal line. A minute to go in the third quarter of play. They're going to give it to Jarrell again. And this time he looks like he may have come up just shy once again. Trying to reward him for his efforts and gave the ball to him again. And they're going to call that a TD. Nice play, Jarrell Jackson. Time to score. How about 6 more? Rewarding number 3 for his efforts here tonight after that real nice run on the play before that where he nearly came into the end zone, going and calling his number again on the rush. Jarrell Jackson getting into the end zone for the Cards, putting the score ahead to 36-7 over Strongsville. Tyler Thompson getting the 1-point capper on the scoreboard, 37-7. The Cards now with the 30-point advantage here. 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. Halloween night, senior night. Candy still getting tossed into the crowd here by the cheerleaders. And the mercy rule now going to be in effect with the Cardinals with a 30-point differential here on the scoreboard. So it's going to be a running play clock. And the only thing that's going to stop that would be if there's a timeout or a change of possession. 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. A little bit of a cheer by the crowd, too, when the press box announcer told the fans about the mercy rule being in effect. I'm sure they've been a bit of a struggle here tonight with, again, umbrellas up all over the place as the rain has not let up. It's been a steady, cold rain this evening in the low 40s. Cardinals kicking it off. 30-point advantage. Strongsville receiving it, bringing it up to the 25 before going out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for Strongsville with the big advantage that they're going to be facing here. It sure looks like they're going to end up going to 6-4 on the season, and the Cardinals to 9-1 with some good momentum going into the postseason. That'll be beginning next week, and Cardinals will be hoping for a home game here next week. 40 seconds and counting as we have that running play clock now with the mercy rule. 35 is now in at quarterback. That's Jake Croakey. He's a sophomore quarterback for the Mustangs. We seen on that last possession Zach Kahn, who normally is a running back on offense for the Mustangs. And this possession here, changing it up a little bit, they got Jake Croakey in at quarterback. So the sophomore getting some minutes here in the final regular season game of the season. And they gave that to number 4, Zach Preble.
Number 4, Zach Preble.
This senior on the run for the Mustangs, getting the first down, moving the chains. That's going to be the final play as well of the third quarter. The Cardinals with the 30-point advantage over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Mentor 37, Strongsville 7. Men are getting primed. They're ready for the playoffs following that tough loss last week versus the Hudson Explorers. Again, Hudson undefeated going into that game last week when Mentor was undefeated. And both of those teams butting heads and turning the ball over quite a bit, really. Hudson with 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions on the night. Cardinals, though, had 6 turnovers of their own and couldn't keep up and ended up losing that game. Their only loss on the season. Getting redemption here tonight with a big lead over the visiting Mustangs out of Strongsville. Getting set for the final 12 minutes of the game. This clock is going to keep winding down with the mercy rule in effect. The Mustangs rushing the ball, but finding little running room straight ahead for about 1 yard on that play. Dominic Lombardo on that run, number 24 for the Mustangs. Had a couple nice runs in the first half of play, but not finding much going here in the second half, as the Cardinals have been keying on him a little bit because he's the one player who hurt him with some big runs in the first half. Mustangs not finding much running room on that play either. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. 37-7, the Cardinals at home. As the crowd starts to grow with their intensity, as the band playing a little bit here, getting the crowd that remains going. Cold, rainy night here, Halloween night, senior night. Defense looking to shut down Strongsville on 3rd down. And the ball got loose. They may be calling him down here. If not, it would have been in the hands of big Trevor Morrison, but they're going to say the Mustangs were down, but they're going to be short of that first down, well short of it. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 with 10.5 minutes to go in the game. Third quarter stats. Cardinals doubling up the Mustangs in terms of first downs on the night. The Cards with 24 first downs and the Mustangs only with 12. 69 offensive play for the Cards for 438 yards through 3 quarters. And the Mustangs are going to come up short on that 4th down play, so it's going to be a turnover on downs, giving the ball back to the Cardinals. Breaking down some more of the stats through the first 3 quarters of play. Cardinals with the advantage in most of the categories, rushing 182, take it back, 182 yards on the ground, rushing for the Cardinals, but only 37 for the Mustangs. Through the air, the Cards 256 yards passing, 104 for the Mustangs. So total yards through 3 quarters, 438 for the Cardinals, only 141 for Strongsville. Cards averaging 6.3 yards per play. Strongsville only 2.5. It's Jake Floria handing the ball off. Little running room for Frank Toth. Frank Toth getting the carry for the Cards, the junior running back. First carry of the night. 9:25 remaining in the game. Cards 37. Strongsville Mustangs 7 points. Through 3 quarters, Jake Floria 21-39 passing for 256 yards. 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Floria looking in the middle of the field, got a receiver, Malik Porter, getting the ball on the Strongsville side of the field to the 35-yard line. Big catch by big Malik Porter. 1st and 10, we're going to do it again for the Cardinal offense. Through 3 quarters of play, the leading receiver for the Cards, Eddie Doherty, with 7 receptions, and he went over 100 yards, 104 yards for Eddie. 1 being a touchdown, his long being 31 yards, averaging 14.9 yards a reception. And that's going to be Toth again on the rush for the Cards. Getting a few yards straight ahead for the Cardinal offense. going to bring up a second down and 6 yards, so they're going to give 4 yards to Toth on the first down rush. 8:20 remaining in the first, or in the game at this point. 37-7. The Cards with the big lead. And Manning Trubisky's in at quarterback for the Cardinals. Rain continuing to come down. Trubisky's going to hold on to that ball himself, but he's not going to find much running ahead on that play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Cardinal offense, as Coach Trevisano is getting a good chunk of his starters out of the game to get him some rest and recuperation for the playoffs that are going to be beginning next week. Malik Porter's still in the game, but other than that, the lion's share of the starters went to the sideline to get some of the underclassmen some repetitions here in the late going of the game. Manning Trubisky again, the quarterback. Flag on the field. Maybe calling a false start, as they do. A false start on the offense, so it's going to back up the Cardinals 5 more yards, so it's going to make it a 3rd down and 10 situation as that clock continues to wind down. 7:10 remaining in the game. Manning Trubisky, the sophomore quarterback of the Cardinals, able to get in a number of games here, especially here at home, where the Cards have really dominated the competition and consistently had the mercy rule in effect versus the opposition. Manning Trubisky going to go down, though, as the Mustangs get in there and sack the Cardinals, bringing them down at about the 42-yard line. It's going to be a 4th and 18 for the Cardinal offense. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, and we know Coach Trevisano likes to go for it on 4th down, but not in this situation with the big advantage and 18 yards to go for that first. On a cold, rainy night tonight, we're going to kick the ball back over to Strongsville. Rushing leaders on the night, Jake Floria, through 3 quarters of play, had 15 rushes for 115 yards. His long tonight being 19 yards. He did have 2 rushing touchdowns tonight. Then I take it back. He did have a 40-yard touchdown run on one of those rushing attempts. That was in the first half of play. And that actually was good for one of the rushing scores that Jake Floria had. In the first half, he had 2 rushing scores, one for 40 yards and one for 6 yards. But nice to see Jake going over 100 yards on the ground, but putting up quite a bit of yards through the air, but needs to correct some of the inconsistencies after throwing 2 interceptions tonight and coming close to throwing a couple other ones as well with some dangerous passes as the Cards defense stuffing the Mustangs on first down. 5.5 minutes remaining in the game. The Cards with the 30-point advantage, and that game clock continues to wind itself down. Dominic Lombardo, the running back on that play for the Mustangs. And they're going to hand the ball off again. It looks like to Lombardo again. Going to be shy of that first down. Going to bring up a 3rd down situation for the Mustangs. Cardinals on offense had the opportunity with the big advantage and time running down in the game to get some of the underclassmen in the game, and it appears that Coach Trevisano is doing the same thing on the defensive side of the ball too. So the Mustangs 3rd and 2, and they're going to go and run the ball again. Recognized early by the Cardinal defense, taking them down. They're going to force the Mustangs into a 4th down situation. 4:40 remaining in the game. 4th and 4 yards to go for the first down. And there's going to be a timeout on the field, and we'll wait to see what the decision's going to be by Coach Laird, if they're going to go for it or not. He's shown to be the gambler tonight with making some gutsy calls, going for it on 4th down. The big one that hurt him in the early going of the second half here when they went for it on 4th down and were not able to convert and to put the ball in the hands of the Cardinals well on the Strongsville side of the field, and the Cards were able to cash in with that Jason Blizzard touchdown run that really got the momentum decidedly going in the Cardinals' direction here in the second half, and Cards have really been going from there with the 30-point advantage that we find ourselves at right now. 4th and 4. The Mustangs are going to go for it. Their starting quarterback again hurt, Bobby Cole, after injuring his ankle. So that's Zach Preble at quarterback right now. They ended up rushing the ball, but they're going to be flag on the play, but it looked like they were shy of the first down. Ryan Bischoff getting credit for the tackle for the Cardinals, but waiting to see what the flag is about here. And it looks like it's going to be against the Cardinals, and they're moving the chains. It's a personal foul on the Cardinals. It's going to give the Strongsville Mustangs a 1st and 10 situation with a little bit over 4 minutes to go in the game. That's number 4, Zach Preble, at the quarterback position. Getting to about the 40-yard line on the quarterback keeper. Inside 4 minutes to play, going to be a 2nd down and 4 for Strongsville from their own 42-yard line.
2nd down and 4.
So we've been saying all night here, the steady rain continuing to come down on this cold fall evening, Halloween night, October the 31st, and the Mustangs getting close to that 1st down situation. Dominic Lombardo, the runner again for the Mustangs. And they're going to move the chains. That is a 1st down for Strongsville. 3:20 remaining in the game. From right in midfield, the Mustangs are going to continue this drive here. Again, Bobby Cole, the starting quarterback of the Mustangs, who's been having a nice season, ended up spraining his ankle in the 3rd quarter of play. So we've been seeing a few different quarterbacks trying to substitute for him since Cole went out of the game. And right now we're looking at Zach Preble, the senior quarterback for the Mustangs, in the game. 2nd down and 5 for Strongsville. 2:45 remaining in the game. The Cards with that 30-point advantage, well on their way to victory number 9 on the season. Nice rebound following that loss last week to Hudson to get the victory tonight. Still one of the top teams in the state is Menor, and one of the teams that's going to look to really make some noise in the postseason. It's going to start next week. 3rd and 3 from the 43-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. Preble going to hand the ball off, and they're going to push the ball ahead to get the 1st down. As Dominic Lombardo once again, the senior running back for the Mustangs, getting his number called quite a bit here this evening. So we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the game. We know who's going to win the game. It's just a matter of what the final score is going to be at this point. Preble handing the ball off, and it looks like Dominic Lombardo again is going to move the ball ahead close to a 1st down for the Mustangs. They're going to call him just shy, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 1 for Strongsville. 1:30 remaining in the game. Zach Preble, the quarterback, and he's again going to hand it off to Lombardo, who's getting to about the 22-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. 1:20 remaining in the game. From the 22-yard line on the Cards side of the field, coming up on 1 minute to play. Cards defense looking to shut down Strongsville and keep the score the way it stands right now. 37-7 is the advantage for Menor. Preble going to hand the ball off once again to Lombardo, getting to about the 16-yard line. Inside a minute to play as that clock continues to run down, and mercy rule in full effect on this cold, wet, rainy Halloween night here. Final home game of the regular season. Menor going to go to 9-1 on the year. Dominic Lombardo again shooting up the middle of the Cardinal defense. Too little too late though, as the Mustangs well on the downside of this game tonight. 25 seconds remaining in the game. Senior quarterback Zach Preble in the game, going to hand off to guess who? 24, Dominic Lombardo, who's gotten about the past 5 or 6 carries in a row. And that may end up being the last play of the game as we come up on 10 seconds remaining here tonight. Zach Preble looking to the sideline, but they're going to walk off. And 3-2-1 as the clock ticks on down. The Cardinals with the victory here tonight, the final game of the regular season. Cardinals going to go to 9-1 on the 2014 season, primed and ready to go to the postseason once again this year. Getting some momentum, getting another victory following that loss last week. Strong regular season for the Cardinals, but we know what it's all about is what they do in the postseason here, and waiting to find out who they're going to match up with next week. They should be facing a home game here at the JTO, which would be nice for the Cardinals. We'll bring it to you again, Cardinal TV. Again, watch the replay, Time Warner Cable in Mentor, Ohio, channel 96.96. Check us out on YouTube, Cardinal TV, Mentor, Ohio, or stream the games live, as we've been doing all season long, ESPNCleveland.com. This is Pete Stark, Cardinal TV, proud to bring the game to you. Great regular season for the Cardinals, and we look forward to more of the same in the postseason. Go Cards.